2 pounds.
Oh, you're right.
Actually, it's over. It's 2 pounds and 3.5 ounces. Let's say 2 pounds, 3 ounces. That's a little under. Sitting right around 2. Hey guys, welcome back to In It for the Limit. In this episode, we're going to look at perspective mode and how to use it for shallow water. Now, the forward view, which is what you see most often with Livescope, is excellent. It shines in deep water and looking at vertical structure. But when you're trying to fish shallow water and you're looking at horizontal structure, that perspective mode really shines. So we're going to look at some different structures with that perspective mode, and then we're going to try to do a little bit of bass fishing. And this time of year on the Tennessee River, the pattern is typically something with a tight wiggle like a shad wrap or a rattling trap, or something with a flat-sided crankbait and a crawl color. So that's the pattern we're fishing today. We're going to fish rocks and shallow water, under 6 foot, and see if we can get on some bass. All right, let's get to it, guys. All right, to go from live view to perspective mode, we're using the mount, the Garmin mount. So this is in the forward orientation. If you look on the other side, it actually has the markings for forward, down, or perspective. And so you're just gonna, this just rotates down. And then when you turn it this way to the perspective mark, it will be pointing in the same direction as you had your forward view. All right, let's drop it back down. All right, from your Livescope view, go to menu, sonar setup, installation, orientation, perspective. Now you can set that on auto and it'll pick it up for you, but sometimes it takes a little bit. And now you are in perspective mode. And what you're looking at right here is the bank. And I'm going to adjust the view here. I'll zoom out a little bit. And so this, there's a pile of rocks that way. And so that, you're looking at the edge of this bank right here. I don't know that it's 54 degrees. This isn't the right temperature. I was hoping we get out here and be 60. I was just coming this way because of the wind. There you go, it's a good one. Looks like a couple pounders. Careful slinging him. Let me reach down and grab him. You got him? Yeah. You got it? That's actually, I mean, that's a keeper. Here, I'll get a picture. Actually, I wouldn't mind getting a weight. I say pound and right under 2, but I've not weighed a bass in a while. The scale's under your butt. 2 pounds.
Oh, you're right.
Actually, it's over. It's 2 pounds and 3.5 ounces. Let's say 2 pounds, 3 ounces. Yeah. That's a little under. Sitting right around 2. Alright. There we go.
That was off, I guess it's like round.
Yeah.
Last year it was warmer than this. We caught four off the bank up here.
Yeah, the water is up a little bit then, but this bank produced better than I thought it would. We did it. Right here's the rocky bank that we're coming down. You can see the natural rock, chunk rock, coming out underwater. This is, hopefully the sun's not gonna block us out. This is what that looks like. And that's set at 80 feet. And there's nothing swimming around. Earlier we had some, see if I can catch some fish swimming around out here. Looks like some right over there. When I zoomed out, there's some. Lost it right up there. You can see I'm skulled up right there on top. Sorry, about right there. Which is, so this is 0 degrees would be the direction of this, so that would be about right over there where those swirls are. Probably some shadow right where he just, a little past where he casted. That should be where those fish were moving, closer towards that bank. I don't think there's anything on this. This bank is always just a, there actually aren't rocks on it, it's just clay. I don't usually see too much, although yeah, I don't see anything. Nice. All right. I was just saying, clay bank. Usually there's anything on it. That one's a non-keeper, but still, that's 2 fish to my 0. I'll swing us back around here in a minute, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit it before I got up to it. It is very muddy, but I've been out here in colder water this muddy and had luck, so just gotta throw it right on them. Tough. I was hung there for a minute.
Yeah, right there close to the rock.
It was right on that point. Yeah, it was just going right over the rock.
Got him,
He bit it, but I got him side hooked. He's not that big. He's just foul hooked. He might. He's probably under a pound. He's not that big. Pliers here to make it easier on you, buddy. Just hook out of your belly. There you go. Hey, that came off real easy. You weren't on there that good. It's chunky for his size. So he's under 12. You know what? I can tell you real quick. I got a new home for my thing right here. He is about 12.5 inches. A couple inches too small to be a keeper. Then you don't have to worry about running out of power. You let it run non-stop and it just films your whole day, and then you just yeah. Well baby, quick release. No, it was just a real, I guess in this muddy water, real pale baby. Now I'll tell you something, both of those hit. I was slow rolling it for both of them because I hit the bottom and I slow rolled. Well, we're both hitting the bottom. Surely it's only 7 foot.
We'll catch line, pull it out, throw it away properly. Don't leave it late.
Dang it. I'm afraid of that. It might be a little big for this spot. Having to really slow it down.
I'd hit the bottom now.
You know, wind blowing right over these rocks and dang it. I'm just begging to lose this thing. Trying to be careful. Oh, accidentally. I thought I kept hitting the bottom. That's right up here. Little bitty baby. It's gonna pop you off, buddy. Send you right back down.
Now you're one up on me.
Yep. Well, you were busy cleaning the lake. Yeah, it is all off one spot, isn't it? It's funny how spot. Oh, there we go. I'm having to real slow since I'm diving so deep. But I think it's giving them time to see it.
You know, it's muddier back up here too, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you got a darker color.
Yeah, that's why I switched. I have that color on my other rod, and I was afraid they won't be able to see it as good. I just happened to put this in the water and it popped up real good, so I kept it. Chunk rock. There's actually a sunken ship here, and here is the perspective view. Sit there. All the rocks underneath. I see anything swimming around. There might be something right here. Looks like it. Which is almost underneath that boat. Alright. Shallow water. It's 59, almost 60 degrees in here. I mean, that's less than a foot. Yeah. So the last couple of nights, it's gotten down to 27 and the 30s. I say this water was probably closer to 60. And it's just not had enough, you know, warmth. You see that shad right there that just jumped? Do what? It's fish.
I was looking at the thing.
Yeah.
That's the same size you've been catching.
Yeah. 9 keepers right under. Chunky. They are chunky. Where'd he come off of?
Straight in front of you.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, 5. That's 8 total. I've actually bass fished that around that marina a couple times on the back end. I can't remember what's back there. It took me a minute to realize I had a fish. I was like, I felt like I had a fish there for a minute. Oh, I do.
Right when I
Sat down.
If I stop to do anything, you always catch something.
Yep, keep stopping. That's 6 for me. I mean, he was shallow.
You know, when I caught mine, you were on your phone.
Well, I ain't stopping for anything then. You get small fish off these shad reps, but you also can get some big ones sometimes. Boy, he was real shallow. I thought I was hung up and got unhung. Well, everything we've caught has been in like 1 foot of water. You not noticed that? Even the ones out by the island. I would say it was about, I caught it right up against the bank. 1 to 2 foot of water. Why don't you text somebody? Yep. There you go. That's what we're talking about. Let me spin around. Let me cut this off. Looks like he might be okay. Couldn't get a good look at him. No, he's just fighting hard. That's typical Fort Loudon 13-incher, 12-incher. Fort Loudon or the crappie are bigger than the bass. Still fun to catch. That gives us 10. Gives you 4, right? 6 and 4. Boy, there's some shad up in there, aren't there? So when you're fishing this shallow, just something we're learning as we go. When you're fishing this shallow with that perspective mode, I didn't really see a lot of fish moving. Now that could be because there's just not a lot of fish in here moving. Of course, we weren't watching the screen the whole time, or a lot of it might be because they're hiding behind different rocks and things, and so you just can't see it because they're behind the rocks. With the water temperature going down, they might not be moving that much either. It's hard to tell on some things if it was a fish or the front end of a rock. So we just use it to find rocks. Right now we're not using it at all because we know it's here. All right, guys, so we ended up with 10 total, and what we found is that the perspective mode does really good at finding cover. in shallow water. So you can find that cover, especially if it's horizontal cover, but it really does pick up that cover very well. The thing we couldn't use it for is to see the fish. So I don't know if that's because it was so shallow that the fish were behind rocks, they were just hard to see. I have seen fish with the perspective mode plenty of times, but we were just fishing too shallow for it. Or it might just be because the shallows aren't loaded with fish right now. We had a cold spell. It's been 27 degrees the last couple of nights, so they might not just be shallow. They might have pushed out a little bit deeper. The water was, I think, around 60 some degrees, and it dropped to about 50 some. I see me graphing some looks like crappie or something right now in about 5 foot of water. So they're starting to move up now that the water's warmed up today up to 60. So it went from about 52 to 60 degrees from this morning to this afternoon. But it did real great. Perspective mode did good for finding that cover. Like I said, we didn't see a lot of fish on it. In fact, in some places, like around here where we already know where everything's at, we didn't use it that much. I didn't even put it in at all when we were coming back in. But overall, I think the cold snap, so as far as catching wise, I had 6, Lynn had 10, only one of those was a keeper, so it wasn't a great day for bass fishing. Crappie fishing, on the other hand, I think Shannon's out here somewhere, 417 crappie. He had a limit early on today, about 3 o'clock, and I've not heard back from him to see how he's done, him and his brother. So, still, nice day to be on the lake. Beautiful sunset. So, that's it for this episode. Until next time, guys, keep chasing that limit.